Hello everyone, it's Happy Japan Manchester Day 1. Happy Japan is usually a convention that happens in London, and they decided to do a new show here in Manchester, and I'm very excited. I did Happy Japan London this year. The vlog is somewhere up here. It was an okay convention. It wasn't anything crazy, but I was local, so at the end of the day it was okay. Nothing crazy. One of the worst performing cons for me, but I do not reflect, like, my merchandise is not what the audience wants. I feel like the crowd for Happy Japan is changing a little bit, becoming more of a generic convention crowd rather than just people that come here to experience the Japanese culture tribute experience. So we're vlogging. Vlogception! That's so funny. As I was saying, the crowd is becoming way better, so I'm excited to see how it goes. And in the background, the setup is a 6 feet this time. I didn't get an arch table. I decided to get a traded table with my friend Satinberries, to no one's surprise once again. It looks cool. I'll show it in just a second. I'll probably show it here. Here's what my setup looks like. A little bit of experimenting. I decided to go for a self-serve in some of the areas because I think self-serve works better for some stuff. So I'll definitely move on to self-serve a little bit more for future conventions, mainly because it's better for me for busier conventions because I can run through customers quicker. So I have very limited stock. I think I brought 2 to 5 of each items just because I don't think it's going to be a very successful con. If I'm wrong, very nice. If I'm right, it is what it is. It happens to have conventions like this, and again, this is the first edition that they do in Manchester, so we're all kind of not expecting anything crazy. I'm excited. I'll show you guys what my new business cards look like. So this is my self-portrait. It's a little bit slanted. There is my logo somewhere, but it's invisible, so I need to change that. And then the back, something simple with my new logo that was designed by my friend Kathy. I'll have her tag here. She's one of my best friends. I've known her for many years now, and she did this. She's an amazing graphic designer and illustrator mainly. And then I've got little stuff, and then QR code, the usual stuff. So I really like these business cards because they finally have a self-portrait rather than an illustration I did, so I feel like they feel way more personal. And I'm doing this convention solo. My helper, Mr. Ben, will be here as an attendee today, and then he has to go back to London because Magic the Gathering, it's always magic. I'll probably be able to walk around because I don't think it will be that busy, so I can actually chill and vibe and not care as much about leaving the table unattended. This is what the table is looking like. So what do we have new here? Nothing. Literally nothing. I had to put all the sticker sheets together. I got some lanyards. As you can see, I brought back the Baldur's Gate one because I sold out of the Zane one and it's en route to me. I only brought my popular stickers, and I only brought popular prints and the more like anime focused prints. So I have Apothecary, I've got JoJo, and I've got One Piece. And then we got the plushies. I have only like 5 plushies. I'm waiting for the restock, and I'm cutting down on soda charms as well. I only have anime related and popular ones, puddings, carabiners. And then this is the self-serve area. We have photo card holders. I completely forgot the Raphael one, and we got mystery bags because I really need to get rid of that stock. And I only brought 1 tote bag, which is the trinkets one, mainly because I sold out of the Dragon Age one and Arcane one, and I won't be restocking it. And I am keeping the Baldur's Gate one for MCM Birmingham because the cast is there, so I prefer to keep it there. Also, do you guys like Satinberries table cover? Stole good man. And yeah, that's my home for this weekend. Japan London has some incredible food, and I hope they brought the same vendors this time because that was amazing. My delivery is here. Thank you so much. Bye. My friend bought me boba. Love you, Marta. Thank you. So cute. Wow. I must send them. So it's been an hour and 20. It hasn't been as good, but again, I expected it. They turn on the AC and I'm freezing, and my prints are like wobbling. I'm very scared about that. I'm just trying to be cozy. I finished a charm. I brought my iPad this time, so I'm getting some work done. I'll put them in a bag for you. There you go. Whenever you're ready. There you go. Thank you so much. Oh, those are from Love in Deep Space. It's a It's a gacha game. Plushie set. Hello, here's an update from me. Time it's 4. It's definitely, I would say, so from what I've heard, the other sides of the con are very busy. Unfortunately, when I booked a market space that was supposed to be next to Artstalle. Instead, they put the Evangelion exhibition in between Artstalle and this market area. So it was it's just kind of a flop situation because the positioning is not the best. People have no idea that we're here because of the Evangelion exhibition. That is this massive booth in the middle of nowhere. So we're kind of stuck here. It is what it is. Again, I went to this con with like the lowest expectation ever because it's the first time a con happens. So yeah, expectations were very low to begin with because I just didn't think that this was a successful con. I didn't think it would be a busy con. It's what you should expect from like conventions that are happening for the first time, which is very common now. There's been a lot of new cons and I'm up for trying them, trying to like have my expenses super low. I definitely don't see myself coming back to this con unless I'm in a better positioning. For London, I'm definitely going back again because I'm local, but because this is Manchester, it's just kind of fun, not worth it. Next year I'm focusing on a lot more international cons rather than the UK ones because I already know what UK ones I should do, so I'm booking those ones, and then I want to try more international ones because some of you may know I'm Italian. I have an Italian passport, so I have the advantage of traveling to Europe without any issue, so I'll definitely try that out. I'm not mad, I'm not sad, I'm not disappointed because again this is exactly what I expected. I want to walk around Art but I might do that tomorrow. That's about it. This tea that I had, this bubble tea from Ohio, beautiful, 10 out of 10. I'm ordering it again tomorrow. And then I'm a bit disappointed because I bought lights and they ran out of battery basically immediately. And I was like, oh, that is kind of disappointing. Hi. It's still day one. I just came back from going out. I kind of want to chat to you guys whilst I remove my makeup in the worst way possible. If you're a dermatologist, do not watch this. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but I've had fungal acne for so long and I've tried everything to get rid of it, but nothing seems to work. And I think it's going down to my diet and probably some stuff related to like blood or vitamins that I'm missing or cortisol levels, stuff like that. So I usually double cleanse, a little bit of skincare. I usually double cleanse, and I have my oil cleanser. I use a foam for my water-based cleanser, and I didn't know that if you put the the foam one in a travel thingy, the foam is going to go away and it's just becoming like it's gonna be water. And I'm like, how am I supposed to remove my oil cleanser like this? So I can't use my oil cleanser because if you use your oil cleanser without using a water cleanser after, your skin is going to die. Like you're gonna have insane clogged pores. So I had to tell Ben to go to Boots, which is like where you buy makeup and other stuff. I didn't want to ask him to get me a water cleanser because it's expensive and I don't have the space for an actual bottle, like a big bottle water cleanser. And I'm very specific with my water cleanser because again, fungal acne, you can't use most water cleanser. So I told him to get me something worse than using oil and then no water cleanser, which is makeup wipes. And I hate them. I hate using makeup wipes, but I'm forced to do this. I can't even use my retinol after this because my skin is gonna be horrible. I want to do a little recap on how today went. I'm not gonna put a clickbait title on this vlog because I've already uploaded 2 videos with the same title that say this is my worst convention or worst con of 2025. So I will not have that clickbait title, but I'm pretty sure this is my actual worst con of the year. Hyper Japan London is already quite of a slow convention. It's a convention that is like targeted to a specific crowd, which sometimes can be my crowd as well. It's mainly like, I would say, generic anime, Studio Ghibli. I still think that in this case there were a lot of cosplayers that are usually at MegaCon Manchester, so the crowd is probably changing. The footfall was non-existent. I've never left our convention before the actual time you're supposed to leave. I left the convention at 7 rather than 8. The only people in the aisles walking around and buying stuff were artists and vendors. It's okay. As I said it in the vlog, this was my expectation. It's a con known to not be the best. And you might be thinking, why did you do it? My expenses were not too high. I think this was the same as Epicon. I'm pretty sure I spent 200 and something for the table because I'm sharing. And I'm sharing legally, by the way, before people go, oh, you're not allowed to share market. I spent 200 and something for the table. I'll probably talk about it in the outro a bit more. And then the hotel was very cheap as well. I think it was $230 or something. And then the transport was also, I would say, around less than 100. At least one con has to be like this. Now, I thought that would have been Epicon. No, it's this one. Day 2, Hyper Japan just started. I'm extremely sleepy, very bloated. Couldn't digest the food I had yesterday night, but we bowl. What are the expectations for today? 0 expectations. I don't really have another convention to base today off. Again, London was a bit different considering the event in London is a established one and this is a new one. It's definitely busier than yesterday though. I see a lot of cosplayers, which again I never saw in London for Hyper Japan, so it's a good start. I do have zero food for today. I had breakfast, but I have these salted caramel biscuits that the housekeeping lady gave me, which is lovely. And then these stem ginger biscuits. So this is gonna be my lunch of the day plus the Haribos. Again, same exact odor. Can I cut this one? There we go. It's 20 past 3. There's still 5 hours to go. And it picked up a little bit. I think I'm very close to make all the expenses back. That's all I want for this convention, I'll be honest. I just want to break even. It definitely picked up, and the crowd is completely different than the crowd from Hyper Japan London. This is more of a mix of like MegaCon Manchester and Hyper Japan London crowd. So if you're local, why not? You should try it. If your expenses are high, maybe not. Don't do it. I don't know. I can't judge it yet because it's day 2. We'll see how tomorrow goes, but it's looking like a okay con. I think the only part that I don't like is the layout. The layout looks awful, and attendees complain about it too because it's just a bit hard to navigate. Hello, good morning. It's Hyper Japan Day 3, and as you can probably hear, I am rough. You saw in the previous clips, I love that bubble tea. Ooh, it was so tasty. And I completely forgot that I'm a little bit lactose intolerant, so I'm not supposed to have whole milk, which I had, and that's the reason why I've been feeling rough. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. Completely forgot to vlog. I'm really sorry. Sunday is definitely a bit slower in this section. I've heard that it was busier on the other side. I'm very, very tired and I'm feeling very fatigued, so I'm just waiting for the day to be over. I think I will stick to the London show rather than the Manchester one because I'm local, so my expenses will be basically nothing apart from the table and the transport. Kind of boring most of the time, like right now. But yeah, I'll probably stop vlogging as much. Maybe I'll do some B-rolls and I will be driving back home. Can't wait to be back home and do an outro. See you soon. Hello and welcome to the part of the vlog where I dissect the convention and I tell you if it's worth doing it or if it's not worth doing it. Today we are covering Hyper Japan Manchester. As I mentioned plenty of times in the vlog, I did Hyper Japan London this year, so I tried to compare it to that convention. Very different vibes. London is definitely way more popular as you expect from a established convention that is happening in central London. So I will cover expenses first to give you guys an idea. So the table was £210 because I split it with my friend and it was a market table, which is the traders. Now, as I mentioned in the vlog, I picked the wrong table because when we booked it, we were not supposed to be next to the Evangelion Experience. Instead, the Evangelion Experience showed up a couple of days before the convention and they put it on the floor map and we were like, oh, nice. We were supposed to be next to Art Sally, so that's unfortunate. Most of the vendors in my area had the same issue, but it is what it is. It happened. And then the hotel, I spent £356. It was more expensive than I thought. The hotel was very expensive because I booked it in August and the convention was in November. I usually book the hotel like year before. For example, for MegaCon Manchester, I already booked the hotel, same for other conventions. The reason why I had to book it in August is because they released the table in August, so the chance to book it before, plus they don't really tell you the dates until very close to when the applications open. And then I can't find my train expense, but I am pretty sure it was quite similar to the rest, so it was probably around £100. Those were my expenses. Those are my, I would say, average expenses for many conventions. I usually try to spend around the £600 to £700 in expenses. For this convention, I didn't have a loss. I broke even and did a little bit of profit. Even if I broke even and I had that bit of profit, I will still not come back, just because it's in between MCM. Next year MCM Birmingham will not happen at the same time, but there's MegaCon Birmingham happening in December, and because I'm planning to do more international cons, I feel like I want to avoid doing smaller conventions in the UK, just to reserve my energy for other conventions. However, I did talk to other vendors, a lot of new vendors and a lot of established vendors. A lot of the established vendors said that they will not do it again. A lot of the new vendors said that they will do it again. Now, the new vendors that I talked to, they all have a anime audience, so they make anime fan merch or merch of something that attracts very young crowds. So if that's your expertise, that's probably a good convention for you. Would suggest to keep the expenses very low, or if you're local, just go for it. I will just withdraw from this con for next year. I will do London, but I will withdraw from Manchester. This convention, just like the London one, is first come first serve, so the applications, I don't know when they're going to open, but I know that for London they open around this time of the year, so December, January, so keep an eye for those ones. But first come first serve means that at the end of the day all the tables are gone most of the time. For Manchester, I'm pretty sure the tables were gone within the first 5 minutes of booking. Keep that in mind. First come first serve is a pain in the ass. A lot of conventions are removing it, rightfully so, because in my opinion, I'm great with first come first serve. I love doing that. Like for MegaCon, I just do first come first serve because that's how we do it, and I always get in. I do agree that it's damaging a lot of businesses, as in they can't book it in time because sometimes there's priority rebooking, or sometimes they're at work. It's just sometimes I feel like they can keep first come first serve, but they should start adding either curated if it's a small convention, or lottery if it's a bigger convention, just like Dokumi is doing. Just keep that in mind. If you want to book Happy Japan, you need to be there on time to book it. I was doing this con solo, and it was completely fine for me to do solo. Usually I have bigger crowds at my table, but this time it wasn't that huge footfall, so it was pretty okay. And I would say it's a convention that you can easily do solo, even if you're very, very busy. My neighbor, Satin Berries, she had moments where she was very busy and she was handling fine, so it's, in my opinion, a very, very chill and easy convention to do, and you can do it by yourself, and you can just use it as an excuse to go to Manchester and eat good food. Plus, Happy Japan had some very good food. Not as good as London. London had way more vendors and the food was way better, but there were a couple of stalls that had very good food, so at least that's good. And that boba tea that made me feel ill because I'm lactose intolerant was so good. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I will be back in Manchester for AnimeCon next year in February, and I will get that boba tea again, but this time I'm gonna get a different milk. I would rate this con a solid 7. I feel like if you give them a couple of years, they will probably be as good as the London show. Now, the London show is not crazy good, but for what the show is about, it's pretty good. So I think that's everything I have to say about Hyper Japan. It was a lovely experience, and it was nice to do it for the first time. Anyways, enough chatting. I'm gonna edit this, and as I promised, I'm posting it the second week of December. I'm going to try and post the MCM Birmingham vlog on the third week of December, and then on the last week, I'm gonna say goodbye to 2025 with a big video ranking all the conventions in the UK. Still tempted to do that. I just need to find the time and a lot of scripting that I will have to do. But it's December. My comp prep is very minimal at the moment because I'm going through a rebranding, so I'm focusing on that rather than focusing on merch as much, so I should be able to do it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like and a comment. And if you liked any of my art that was displayed in here, you can find it on Instagram and Blue Sky and TikTok, and you can also find my Etsy shop linked below. A lot of the items that you saw in this vlog are discontinued, literally everything. I'm only keeping prints, stickers, sticker sheets, charms, and the plushies. Everything else is getting discontinued, so you might see it on my Etsy shop for a very, very low price. If you don't see it on the shop, you will see it at conventions in a sales basket. So keep your eyes peeled for my merchandise from this year because it's getting thrown away. So, but again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week with MCM Birmingham vlog. Bye!